This is really important, you guys. That's why we're filming it. So he was holding his breath, walking back to the round pen. He's eager to join me. He's eager to be with me, but he's already anticipating getting stressed out with the tarp again, because this is now our 4th video. We're going to do 2 more today, 4 and 5, for the month of April. And so, oh, there's a good yawn. So he's already like, okay. And then he hesitated coming into the round pen. So these are so important. Paying attention to everything is so important to getting to know your horse and figuring out where he's at. Getting a great baseline of information, where he's at in his level of comfort, feeling safe, his learning or not, his confidence, his trust. You're just jealous, you behave. So while we're setting up in here, Sabrina put the camera on and come on, Zor, stop, back up. And, you know, Blue's like up my butt, so to speak, like he is right now, following me everywhere. And he's gonna go to the bathroom. And that's okay right now. That's okay. You know, I don't want my horse totally dependent on me, but right now, come here, baby. He needs to feel safe and comfortable. And I'm just gonna let him do what he needs to do to feel safe and comfortable. Does that make sense? So, you know, he was checking out the tarp while he was standing there with me before he yawned. And it's all information, you guys. If you go slow enough and pay attention, you'll start to learn how to read your horse. Everybody wants to learn how to read their horses. You got to start somewhere. And even when you slow down and pay attention, you may not understand what's going on, how to read your horse yet, but you have to start there. You have to start paying attention to all of the subtle nuances and subtle expressions and changes, expressions of the eye, especially the facial expressions, because this is, you know, what he's thinking. How it shows up in his face is really what he's thinking, what he's feeling. So the yawning's excellent. He's a little playful and very affectionate. And yep, just let him go back to some normalcy, be a young horse, which is being curious and disinterested and distracted, unlike Zor. We want to show Zor, an older schoolmaster who's much more settled and waiting, patiently waiting. You're not going to get that with a young horse yet, okay? It takes time. Unless you want to beat it into him or teach him learned helplessness like so many people do. They can't stand or handle how fractious or busy a young horse can be, but that's a young horse. It takes time for their mind to get quiet. It's called discipline. It takes time. Not the kind of discipline that you all might be thinking, like force or dominance or put him in his place or show him what to do or show him what's right or give him a job and exhaust him. It's not that kind of discipline. It's just getting quiet. It's allowing the horse to grow and mature and knowing how to help him learn according to what he's ready to handle and ready to learn, according to his age and his maturity level, because everybody's different. He could be a really immature 3-year-old or he could be a really wise 3-year-old. To me, Blue is right in the middle. There's levels of wisdom with him, for the lack of a better word, and yet he's also very immature because he's so playful. But he's also wise. He's always so willing to work with me and learn. But he's not the most confident learner still. And so he can be explosive, and he's extremely athletic. Yeah, so that's why we're working the way that we're working right now, and a big reason why I haven't gotten on him. Not ridden him per se, but the big reason why I have not pushed him or put him in any level of more intense training. Oh, there's that little kick. Did you see that, Serena? Did you all see that again? What have you really noticed learning Blue these past few weeks? That when he's not sure, unconfident, frustrated, building anxiety, he kicks. He kicks. And he kicked a lot in the last video. So that's information. And there's a lot you need to do with that. You need to really understand when to wax on and when to wax off, when to, you know, push him a little bit out of his comfort and allow the kicking, but you don't want the kicking to happen all the time either. Well, welcome back. Y'all know who I am, Caroline Best of the Tao Horsemanship. This is Everything Horses and More YouTube channel and weekly video library. This video on YouTube is just a snippet of the full-length video, which is usually 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes. And the month of April, we've been dedicating each week's video to getting to know your horse. And this is week number 4, and we are learning how our horse learns. We're going to be talking about how you learn how your horse learns. Really important. I mean, super important as a teacher and an educator. And if you're training your horse, developing your horse, teaching your horse, you are their mentor, their guide, their coach, their cheerleader, and their teacher. And it is absolutely important that you learn how your horse learns. To me, it's totally unfair if you don't. And no different than when you go to school to learn something and you're in a classroom with other students. And what if your teacher doesn't care about how you're learning and they grade you based upon whether you can keep up or not, right? It's not fair. So a good teacher understands that their students are individuals and everyone's going to learn a little differently. You can group some, of course, but everyone's going to learn a little differently. So I've been using some awesome quotes from one of my mentors, Dorrance, each week. And today I'm going to use this quote. I love this quote. I love this. This is all good. Helping him what? Get safe? I mean, every week the videos build on the previous videos. So he's feeling comfortable and safe and relaxed. I love it. So I love this quote. Dorrance says, "The best thing that I try to do for myself is to try to listen to the horse. I don't mean let him take over. I listen to how he's operating, what he's understanding or what he doesn't understand, what's bothering him and what isn't bothering him. I try to feel what the horse is feeling and operate from where the horse is." Dorrance. Wow, that's profound. So we're going to dive in and talk about that today. So again, this month I'm dedicating videos each week to the principles of getting to know your horse when developing, educating, or taming. I'll be selecting one major perspective each week, focusing on what's important to our horse's confidence as a learner while we create positive learning experiences. So for today's video, Training Success in 5 Minutes or Less, in our first principle, our training will focus on the 4th building block to getting to know your horse. And that is learning, understanding how your horse learns. Learn and understand how your horse learns. So there's 3 specific areas I pay attention to when learning how my horse learns. One is how they respond or react in their natural environment when alone. How they respond or react in their natural environment when they're just by themselves, in a stall, in a paddock, in a pasture, in your training area. How do they react or respond to their environment? This will tell you their nature. 2, same thing. How do they respond or react in their natural environment but with other horses? How do they respond or react in the barn environment when stalled next to horses, in a pasture, in a paddock, in a training area? This is called nurture, their learned behaviors. What are they learning from other horses? This is key. This is so key. 3, how they respond or react when you are teaching them. What's going on? So last week, both Zor and Blue helped me show the importance of building trust during teachable moments, aka training. Today we are going to pick up where we left off and continue working with Blue and his fears so we can learn how Blue learns and when he stops learning, what happens. And we showed a little bit of that last week, especially in our full-length video in the video library. We definitely were already showing how Blue was learning or not able to learn, and where it escalated or where it just kind of stopped he couldn't go any further. I'd also like to leave you with the mantra, as I always do each week, make every moment with your horse. Oh, he had to. Make every moment with your horse purposeful and teachable. And before we jump in to working with Blue, thank you, Zor. Don't forget, out of this snippet or full-length video, I want you guys to be studying and taking notes. I want you to take one aspect of what you've learned in this video, and what can you do from that learning? How can you shape it into 5 minutes or less with your horse? 5 minutes of positive learning for your horse in 5 minutes or less. What can you do? Really helping you guys think and become a little independent here instead of waiting for all of these other training videos that are all like, just do this, this, and this, and this. Just be mechanical about it. No, we really need to think about our horses and help them. They're very intelligent and very emotional, and they deserve that, and so giving. They give us so much. They give us so much. All right, I think Blue's tail's getting a little bit better. Yep, he got a bath this morning, and I tried some new, real quick stuff that I ordered for humans. It's kind of along the lines of eczema. Yeah, skin irritation. So I'm trying a little bit of everything because unfortunately our vets don't always have the answers, you guys. And I don't want to put him on steroids. Obviously, that's not good for him. And antihistamines. Not yet. I'm going to keep trying. All right, loves. So last week, I think I ended the video with me on the ground to help Blue. I'm going to start there, okay? Because I got enough information in last week's video working that me ponying Blue wasn't helping. And I didn't do anything wrong. I tried that specific tactic or strategy, and Blue needed a lot more. It didn't get any better. How do I know it wasn't working? Because it got worse. So I pushed Blue as far as I felt comfortable pushing so that you guys could see whatever, but I'm not going to push him anymore. And so today we're going to start off where we left off and see how it goes, because it's all about how is Blue learning, figuring out what is the best approach. Well, hi, handsome. You ready, little man? I'm glad you got lots of time to relax. All this is purposeful. So we've probably had 15, 20 minutes, maybe 20 minutes of just acclimating, not putting any pressure on him since he was already getting a little stressed out coming in here. I'm just gonna, again, choose a path of easiest path, and that would be me just messing around with this and walking on it, and gosh, it'd be great if he would come with me. Hi. The ultimate goal would be that I could send him over this, right? Hi, babes.